Man, a lot going on today. You know what? Forget all my notes. Let's just get into this. Let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend, Patrick Voss from VFX. What's going on, my friend? You're muted. There you go.
Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. It's going. More importantly, how's it going with you? I'm sure you guys are just absolutely swamped right now getting trying to get all these orders out for haunt season.
We are. And it's like, I don't know if this has all been just kind of a rebound from COVID the last few years, but it's just been picking up. And it's good because it makes me feel like the haunt industry is growing and more and more people are getting involved in it. And lots of new people are contacting us, and we're getting a lot of awareness through another guest tonight with Molly Z and Jose Castro. And I do want to say congratulations to Tayen before I forget about that. But yeah, we have been really busy and we just keep going. I had this year is just so crazy because it's like I had several new products that I was going to get done for each show we were doing this year. And it just did not have the time because we've been so busy. So it's like 2024 is going to be the year of the robot. We've got robots coming.
Yeah, you talked about that in the last show. Yeah,
they're coming. I know. But it's actually given me some time to really think a lot of it through. And I've got like 5 different versions I want to build, and they're going to be a lot of fun. So, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully other people are too.
Now, if I remember correctly, this is like a manifestation of your of a childhood, like kind of, image that you had that you wanted to do. Oh, Urban wants to get in on this. Where,
wow.
Yeah, you just kind of had this idea for this robot, right?
Yeah, I have been, since I was a kid, and the first time I saw the movie Westworld with Yul Brynner, it just kind of blew my mind as a kid. And I was building stuff in my bedroom, and I started making it. It inspired me to start shooting movies, and me and my friends would get together and we'd shoot movies with. I was like a crazy robot killing everybody. So I got to kill all my friends in the neighborhood. And I need to digitize that. That'd be fun to just put out there. But that one has always stuck with me. So is Planet of the Apes. Those are like 2 biggies that kind of just like changed the way I think, I guess, when I was a kid. I've heard other artists talk about things that happened in their childhood that affected them and inspired them and like changed them. And that's I guess what happened to me. And I was like driven to make this stuff, make gorilla masks and ape masks when I was a kid, because I was so inspired with Planet of the Apes. And then that just kind of just grew into this. And then puppets took over 10 years ago, and we've been cranking away.
Looks like we got a question on the board here. I'm going to bring it up for you. Patrick, is it too late to get orders in? Are you still taking orders?
Oh, we're still taking orders for sure. Hey, Keone. And I can't tell you how many calls I get almost every day asking, is it too late? Is it too late? And no, it's not too late. Our production schedule is like out to like July right now, maybe into August. And but we've been really keeping up with it. Actually hired another person on, and we are cranking away on. We just started another set of our illusion boxes, and we're doing like 30 at a time now, which is just crazy. And but we're keeping up, and we've got, whenever it gets too late, you'll see it. I'll start posting, get it in now or, whatever, but we're doing good.
So last time you were on, we talked about inspiration and kind of where all this craziness came from. Tonight, I kind of want to talk about the business side of what you do, because you're very successful. So what kind of advice would you give somebody out there that maybe this is their first year or they're looking to start? Maybe they're going to show at a trade show here soon at MHC for the first time, or maybe at Trans World or HauntCon or Fear Expo, whatever. What kind of advice would you give somebody just starting out?
The advice I have given younger people that are getting into the business or want to get something going, they've got this spark of creativity and they love the whole haunted attraction thing and monsters and all that stuff, is if you're going to try to do this as a business, to look for a need that needs to be filled. That's one. And try to be as original and innovative as you can, because that's what everyone in the industry is looking for. What's new that I've never seen before? And I think that's really why when we came out with these puppets that, and we still get it. Jose was just telling me he was at, I forgot which one he was at, Spookala, or is that coming up? I don't remember. But he said it was really different going to this show that was cosplay, like a cosplay show, and how many people had never seen anything like these puppets. And he was walking through and people were like stopping him and taking pictures and stuff. And it's like, it's come up with something that's, I do a lot of, one thing I love to do is watch behind the scenes on movies, because I actually, back in the day when I got out of high school, I went out to Hollywood because I was going to be a Hollywood effects artist, and spent some time out there and came back because I was just like, it's really not for me. It just didn't fit me. So I came back, and but I still love special effects in movies and watching the behind the scenes and how they did some of the things, and that really inspires me a lot. And I watched some of the puppetry that went into the newest The Thing movie. If you go out there on YouTube and check out their behind the scenes reels that they've got, and the puppetry is just amazing, and it's really inspiring. And it's like, oh my God, there's a bunch of stuff right there just to inspire you. And I'm like, man, if I could do that, it's like, it's nothing that I've seen in the industry of people using, because they're using it this way to shoot this effect in this movie. So that's one thing. It's one way I get inspiration, is watching these behind the scenes, these kind of movies that are just mind blowing. And it's cool to see how they pull off some of the effects, and how it, one thing is, like with our puppets, is we've got like the fake fist. And so psychologically you see all of me, and then you got this puppet that's moving and attacking and whatever. And you're not even looking at this fist. You see me, you see all of me. And so that's something to keep in mind when you're going to build something, because I've seen people do stuff with like the fake body that's carrying another person or something like that, doing different things like that. It's that illusion. And your mind kind of looks at it and goes, wait a minute, what's going on? And I think it captures the imagination when people see stuff like that, and they have to figure it out. They have to come up and go, how is it happening? I don't know how many people thought our puppets were animatronics. And I'd go, no, this is a fake fist. And they'd be like, oh my gosh. But that's where I get inspiration.
So for first-time vendors, and they're going to a trade show, and maybe they were a customer, or maybe they just heard about it, whatever. Because I know last year, or this last Fear Expo, we had a couple new vendors out there, and they were kind of overwhelmed by things. What's kind of the bullet points that a vendor can experience on some of these larger trade shows?
Well, depending on which one you go to, have enough like catalogs or takeaway items, and be prepared for that kind of stuff. Because there's some shows, it's like it's weird, because we were like used to like Transworld and giving away thousands of catalogs. Then we go to IAAPA, and IAAPA is like, we do 27,000 buyers on the floor, and you get there, and we brought 2,500 catalogs and gave away 700, because nobody at that show, for some reason, nobody wanted to carry a catalog around. So it was like a different crowd. So I guess one thing is check out your show and determine what kind of show it is and what you should bring and how you need to present yourself. Because there's different shows. Like we did the Comic-Con in St. Louis a few years ago, and we entertained a lot of people for 2 days, and it was fun. We entertained a lot of people, and but no sales. So it's like, is that show right for us? And sometimes you don't even know until you actually do the show. But other things that to keep in mind, depending on how, again, depends on the show and how busy it is. Make sure you have refreshments at your booth. And it's always nice to have refreshments for customers that you're talking to, or, doing taking an order from, and grab a water for them and stuff like that. Is this what you're talking about?
Yes. And comfortable shoes.
Yes. And you're going to be on your feet. We did Midsummer Scream on California, which is an amazing show. It's a huge show, and it's more of a Halloween show open to the public. And we were there, and I'm puppeting, and I'm so used to like haunt shows where you got a few people come by and you're puppeting, and then you get a break, and then some more people come by. This show was non-stop. It was like, I didn't know what to do, because the crowds were so thick that I was like, well, I don't want to, every time I was going to stop, somebody else would walk up and like, oh man, and they pull out their phone to take a picture. And I'm like, I finally had to like kind of walk back the back of the booth and face the other way just to take a break, because it was so busy. And, but it was great. I mean, it was a lot of fun. And like I said, it's an amazing show. If you get the chance, check that out. We may be there.
All right. Before we break and bring on the viral sensation, Molly Zombie, you want to give away a t-shirt.
Yeah, let's do that.
So you have a famous Puppets of Hauntland. There it is right there.
Yeah.
And we are going to enter to win this. I'm assuming you have this in multiple sizes, right?
Yes, we do. We have it up to, I believe, 3X. Small through 3X.
So if you are the winner tonight, reach out to VFX, send them an email, and they'll know if, obviously at the end of the show, we'll do the drawing. So they'll know who to wait. So that way you can give them your information, your size, and your address and everything like that. And we're going to do the hashtag. We'll keep it simple. Hashtag VFX.
Cool.
So get your hashtags in. hashtag VFX to enter. We'll do the drawing at the end of the show for the famous Puppets t-shirt, courtesy of Patrick Voss of VFX. Patrick, thank you again for coming on the show. Where can we find you? When's your next show? Where are you at on the interwebs? What's going on?
Right there. See that down there? It says VFXcreates.com. We're at our hashtag on everything is VFXcreates on YouTube, on Facebook, on everything.
Oh, and you have a video too that we.
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
I almost forgot too.
I was going to talk about promoting. And
talk briefly about it real quick, and then we'll show the video.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to. This happened to me at a show, and I had a customer come up and started telling me the story, and I'm like, hold on, can I video you saying this? And he's like, yeah. And it kind of blew me away, and I wanted to share it with everybody. I have posted it, but I just wanted to share it with this audience because you might not have seen it. But it's basically how you can promote and with our puppets and basically all of our products can be used for promotion. And this is Larry Prisek. He is in California. And you want to just go ahead and run it?
Yeah, let's run it, Chris.
Hi, so we bought the on-business bundle for VFX3. We're a home haunted house. We don't charge. It's a free haunted house. So it was a big leap for us to buy that bundle. But we got it, and the very next day, one town over was a street fair. So I took one of the puppet and went to the street fair, and literally I just took a flyer, written on the back of the puppet, I put four on my back, and within maybe 10 minutes, I had a giant crowd around me, and people they couldn't believe it. They never seen anything like it. So fast forward, about 6 weeks later was our actual haunt. And like I said, we're just a home haunt. And we have maybe 200-300 people for the 3 nights we were open. The first night we were open, we had over 1,000 people. We've never had anything like that before. People were lined up almost around the block. My wife, she's the guide, and she would ask the people, "May, how'd you hear about us? Where you from?" That sort of things. The first night, they were saying, "Oh, we've seen you at the street fair. We've seen you at the street fair." Okay, so the next night, before we even opened, before it got dark, we had a line halfway down the street, and she's out there asking, "Hey, how'd you hear about us?" "We had a friend, he's seen you at the street fair, and they told us about it on Facebook." And then the third night, everybody was saying that we seen you on Stockton Corey's 911 Facebook page. They have videos of the puppet on there. They've never seen it in person. So really, it completely turned around our whole haunt. And we're actually going to lease a building. We're going to make it a business now. No, really, it started off because of the puppets of all day.
That is an amazing, amazing story.
First he kind of blew me away when he said he was a home owner and he bought one of our business bundles because that's a chunk of money. And then when he went into that story, I was just like, wow, this is just, I don't know, it really kind of hit me as far as like what a great success. And I love to hear that. And but Larry's got he's got a home haunt. I think he still has a home haunt. I told him I was going to be on here today, and he said he's got his Stockton haunt, Stockton, California, and now he's working on one in Linden. And I think he's working on it, or he's got 2 haunts right now. And he's got his YouTube channel, Your Nightmare in 209 is his YouTube channel. But so I guess I'm just going to give him a plug and say, if you're in California around Stockton, look him up. and I think it's Nightmare on Granada. I think that might have been his home haunt, and Your Nightmare in 209. I think that might be his new haunt name.
Well, I'll tell you what, Larry. Since you're on here and you're listening, reach out to the Fear Expo webpage. Send them an email. We'd love to have you on the show and talk about your home haunt, your new venture into making this a business. And you know what? Anything that we can do to help you, you let us know. But let's have you on the show. I'd love to have you on the show and talk to you, man.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it? I think that'd be great. Well, guys, get your hashtags in. Hashtag VFX to win that Puppets of Hauntland t-shirts. There it is right there. Boom. You could be as cool as Patrick Voss. You guys got something at HauntCon. So that's where people can find you next is HauntCon, correct?
So far, I looked at other shows this year. I was planning on it, and the business is just keeping us busy. So it's not making sense to do a show and pull us out of the studio.
It's that time of year. You know, everybody's kind of cracking down and getting to business now. So
yeah, it's just going to be tough.
Right, Patrick. Again, always love having you on. Always love talking to you. Thank you for everything you do for us in the business. You're an incredible man. Anytime you want to come back, you just let us know.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right. Hashtag VFX to get that t-shirt. Get that in. You'll have, say about 25 more minutes to get that hashtag in for a chance to win that t-shirt. Don't forget about Nightmare Netting